With that big double-bladed axe, Paul could cut trees faster than most men cut weeds. Wherever Paul logged, he was followed by prospective farmers, for he could clear enough land for a whole farm in one day. Paul logged so fast that soon most of the forests were cut, and people moved in and built towns using lumber made from the logs that Paul and his fellow loggers had cut. Life in the East was getting too citified for a fellow like Paul, who was 63 axe handles tall. So one day he headed west in search of a more forest and new adventures. Soon winter came, and during the first blizzard of the season, it was so cold that the snow itself turned blue. It was during this storm that Paul came upon a young baby ox, frozen blue and shivering in the snow. "Here, big guy," said Paul, picking him up under one arm and holding him close to try to thaw him out. Even after he'd thawed out, the big ox stayed blue. "You're such a cute fella," said Paul. "I think I'll call you Babe. Babe the blue ox." Babe grew fast, and overnight he was twice as big as a barn. Paul thought it was great to have a pal as big as he was. So did Babe. Not only was Babe Paul's closest companion, but he was mighty strong too. When Paul set up his logging camp near a river that had too many bends in it to float logs, he tied a length of rope and an anchor to Babe's yoke, and Babe pulled that river straight as a pine log. Paul and Babe kept moving westward. As they were passing through Minnesota, they got confused during a ferocious rainstorm. Completely lost, they wandered around in circles for days. The big puddles left by their footprints remained full of water, and to this day people still call Minnesota the land of 10,000 lakes. By the end of the summer, Paul and Babe had reached Wyoming. They were so glad to finally be out west that they got into a friendly wrestling match, and they kicked up a whole mountain range, which is now called the Grand Tetons. After the match, they were pretty dusty, so Paul found a big mountain stream where he used to make a shower for him and Babe. When they finished, they went off and left it running, and it's now called Yellowstone Falls.